Hello, everybody. It's Murialda here once again, and welcome to episode 10 of Let's Browse. And they all rejoiced. Yay. But, anyways, yeah, welcome to episode 10. You guys went a little bit crazy with all of your suggestions on the last video, which, yay, good job. But yeah, rather than risking this becoming a 2-hour video if I wait till Thursday like normal, I decided, hey, why not do another extra video this week? But yeah, I have noticed there's a couple suggestions on here that have been repeats that I've done before. But I actually watched one of my first video the other day, and a few of them that I've done recently have been repeats. So yay, yeah, we've got some repeats. Rather than looking in the text file, I tried making bookmarks to see if maybe it'll go a little bit better this way. So yeah, let's get started. So yes, we have some bookmarks. So the first requester is Asuna Yuki. I'm noticing some I'm recognizing some names. And we can just full screen this and then we can hide the bookmarks. So yeah, the first one that Asuna Yuki is asking about is Kotobuki Tsumugi from K-On! This is the waitress version by Max Factory. And yeah, so she came out in May 23rd of 2011 by Max Factory. I said that already, I think. The MSRP was 8,800 yen, which probably wasn't that bad at the time. And yeah, it's Tsumugi. Tsumugi is a pretty cool character, but she kind of blends into the background most of the time. In fact, they even made a video about or episode about how they almost never spend time with her alone. But yeah, let's look at Tsumugi. So she's dressed as a waitress and acting as a waitress, and she must be pretty damn good at balancing stuff because, I mean, she's got a plate in her hand, some steak resting on her arm, a salad resting on her elbow, and then she's got all this stuff on the tray. Yeah, she's pretty dang good at balancing stuff. The outfit is fairly simple. I mean, it does have the little plaid pattern on it. There she is in front of her box. I have read that it's actually very difficult to completely assemble her. Here's a Azunyan holding her sundae with the omrice. Yeah, so yeah, it definitely does look like Tsumugi, and she has her giant trademark eyebrows. And the treats and sweets and everything look very nicely done. Almost like you could pick them up off the tray and eat them. A little bit of a butt shot. So yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this figure. It's not a bad figure. Don't get me wrong. It's a pretty good figure. It's just doesn't hit my points that I just want to buy her or anything like that. And Tsumugi, like I said before, isn't exactly my favorite from the show, so image could not be loaded. What the heck, people? Huh. Oh well. But yeah, that's Tsumugi. She looks to be a pretty good figure, and like I said, not my favorite. But she is rated pretty high, and Milo is stepping on empty chip bags. I need to clean up a little bit. But, of course, lots of user pictures. She did pretty much turn out just like the prototype, I think. Max Factory's good like that. So anyways, the next one Asuna is asking about is the Halloween Airy Ayase from Love Live. This is by Alpha Omega, which is Alter and Mega House, a joint effort. She came out September 23rd of 2016, and the MSRP was 14,400 yen, and I'm pretty sure in the aftermarket it's much more expensive. Yeah, 1/7 scale. So it's a pretty good figure. Of course, it's Love Live, and Love Live. So yeah, it's not for me. But I mean, the candies all look very detailed in her pumpkin. I've watched like Go Figure; they were in love with this. Yeah, it's definitely a very good figure. A lot of people really love it. And Alter, Mega House, in my opinion, they're very good companies. And when they join together, oh boy. So yeah, Ari has some bat wings on the back of her bra thing shirt. She's got a skirt on with a bright pink belt, bright pink bows, high heeled boots, some thigh highs with garter belts underneath. Yeah, little tiny witch hat. I don't like the little hats. Why do they always have little hats? But yeah, not a bad figure, but it's not for me because Love Life. And of course, she did turn out almost exactly like the prototype. So we can look at some user pictures just to verify that. And we'll try to avoid ones that have been photoshopped because, yeah, they're good, nice pictures and everything, but they don't really show the figure as is, in my opinion. But yeah, so there's one. There's another one showing her base a little bit. And yeah. So, oops. Control tap. So yes, as you can see, she turned out pretty much exactly like the prototype. There's like no flaws or anything on her. So yeah, it's a good figure, not for me. And good luck finding her because she was pretty much an exclusive, so she's going to be very expensive. And I'm sure people are very reluctant to actually sell her. So the third one that Asuna Yuki is asking about is Rias Gremory from High School DxD Born, manufactured by Kara Honey and Toys Works. 1/6 scale, came out February 7th of 2016. MSRP was 12,963, and it was for Wonder Festival 2016 Winter. So I'm guessing it's probably just a recolor. There's only 2 pictures of her, one of which is, info. So, this one, unfortunately, the face really does not look like Rias at all. I don't know why her face is so hard to do, but honestly, the best one I've seen is the soft bust Rias from Griffin that I own. I really think that's the best Rias face of all the figures. And she's got a little bit of meat on her bones, very big boobs, playing her chest set on her chest set. Nice pink, nice purple boots, very thigh high, and a devil tail, little devil horns. Not really a fan of the devil horns or the tail on this figure. Overall, I'm not really the biggest fan of this figure. It just, like I said, it doesn't really look like Rias. And if we go over here, this was the original one where she was wearing a white outfit. And she's got the white chest set. I cannot speak today. But yeah, still, even though it's a different color and everything, it's still the wrong face. The hair looks nice, but yeah, like I said, it just, to me, doesn't look enough like Rias for it to be worth the money. I was gonna maybe look at another picture. We'll do that one and that one. So, yeah, there's kind of a butt shot. Can't really see much of it. And there's a boob shot with a chest piece between the boobs. And were there user pictures? Was she cast off? I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was cast off. does appear to be maybe squishy. And I think I went... Come on. This is not cooperating. Oh well, whatever. Ooh, nice picture. So that was all of Asuna Yuki's suggestions or requests. So let's move on to Lien. Lien has 2 requests. And close that. So the first one Lien is asking about is Mordred from Fate Apocrypha by Fat Company, 1A scale. Hasn't come out yet, so it's still prototype phase. No estimated price, no estimated price, no estimated release date. If it's going to be anything like UL, good luck ever getting her. UL, give me my UL. The day that UL is released will be a holiday amongst men. So yeah, let's look at some of her painted pictures and see what she looks like. So, her armor is very eye-catching. Lots of little pieces sticking out, pointy bits and everything, especially on her gauntlets. She has a very shouty expression, kind of a serious, battle cry face. Her hair's kind of messy. I like this more than the normal saber hair. Of course, this is not King Arthur. This is Mordred. I think maybe King Arthur's son. I'm not all up on the mythology and everything. Sword looks decent enough. Yeah, the details maybe a little bit off there, but doesn't look to be bad. Some nice coloring effects from purple to blue to purple on the sword, on the blade. And she's got the loincloth. Don't know exactly what the point of this hoop is underneath her hip armor and the loincloth. Guess maybe it's supposed to, puff it out so it looks like a dress. The rocks she's standing on look very not rock-like. Yeah, I mean, if you like Saber, this is more of a badass figure, I think. Yeah, more badass than the normal Saber. Very poor lighting on this picture. A little bit better lighting. So yeah, she looks good enough, but I'm not a Saber collector. I've got a few from Fate, but mostly Tamamo, and I've got Skahak. Yeah. So this one was one of the repeats. I have talked about her before. It's Elfet Valentine from Guilty Gear, Exard Sign, 1/7 scale by Aquamarine. Supposed to come out in next month in April, and MSRP was 14,800 yen. Pretty sure you could have found her cheaper. I think she's, at least on AmiAmi, I think the pre-orders are closed right now. Could be wrong about that. I think I've said this before, but I'm not really planning on getting this one. It is a very eye-catching figure, and I think it would make a great centerpiece. But just something about her, probably like how smooth the dress is. It looks kind of like a plastic shell. Her roses are very large, very attractive and eye-catching. She has a very beautiful face, and the coloring is very good on her. It's lots of nice contrasting. The colors work together very nicely. She has a big old gun and spikes on her dress, of course, and of course, the big boobs. Looks to be very nicely detailed. The lips are kind of funky. Eyes have that little, 1,000-mile stare on them. I got a little decal on her glove and little keychain on her gun. Goes well with real fake flowers. And looks to be a decent enough back. Not a lot showing, so there's not a lot of detail, but I mean, in the dress it looks good, and the underskirt has some ruffling in there, so nice detail there. And she looks like a nun's habit with giant ears on it. Yeah, she looks good enough, but like I said, just something about her didn't say "buy me." I just noticed she has a brass support rod. I'm hoping that won't be there in the official release, but if it is, it's there for a reason. Looks to be a very heavy back end of her dress, especially with those roses, if they're solid. But yeah, she looks pretty good, but not for me. Okay, so that was Lien's suggestions. So we'll move on to Pip-Boy. And I don't know if this was actually a suggestion or just wanted to say derp. So yeah, this is the Sharo figure from Zorder Rabbit. Yeah, her face is very derpy. But, I mean, it does kind of look like Sharo, at least the outfit-wise. It's a very nice made outfit. Don't like the lop ear bunny's ears, but yeah. So yeah, that, like I said, that's Sharo from Guchman wa Usagi Desuka, or Is the Order of a Rabbit, by Aoshima and Funny Nights, 1/7 scale. It's supposed to come out next month. That's not the right figure, is it? I'm pretty sure I accidentally added the wrong figure. Yeah, I think I added the wrong one. Let's see if we can find the right one real quick. Yeah, because that one was a user picture. That one maybe? No. That one? No. Oh well. Yeah, it was a very derpy face on that, and yeah, derp. It's gotta be that one. Yeah, it is that one. But how did Wandering Wastrel get this figure to take a picture of it if it's not supposed to come out until next month? Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. It's a re-release coming out next month. It actually came out May 17th of last year. I am such a derp. I guess her face infected me. So yeah, the prototype did not have the derp face. The actual production model did. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so that was Pip-Boy's request or suggestion, or just wanted to say derp. So now we'll move on to Chalk Crow, who has 4 suggestions. Boom, 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 boom. So the first one that Chalk Crow is asking about is Wamperion from Blade Arcus from Shining whatever. Or, yeah, Blade Arcus. 1/7 scale by Alphamax. Came out December 18th of 2015, and the MSRP was 11,800 yen. Sorry, that was a difficult mouthful of water to swallow. Average rating of 9.41, 17 ratings. Yeah, I thought so. This is a variant of another one. So we'll look at the other one once we're done looking at this one, just to see which one I would like better. So yes, I kind of think she's kind of cute. I know I said before in another outfit I didn't care much for the China dress, but when it's not paired with the pants, I think it looks decent enough. And right now, it looks like she has a visible nipple showing through that could just be a shadow effect. And she has a thigh-high stocking with nice flame pattern and flame top of it. Looks pretty cool. Nice pink, like boot stocking. She has a little effect going on her arm and a little underskirt. Face is kind of plain, but that's typical of the Shining series. White underwear on, a little bit of a booty going on, little symbol on the back of her top. A little bit better view of the effect going on her arm. Base looks like a dragon medallion, kinda. Yeah, nice blue eyes, but yeah, like I said, pretty simple face. And okay, it's not see-through shirt, but it is the effect of the shadow. She has very big boobs, and the dress is a little bit too small, so you can see lots of stretching. So yeah, it looks decent enough, but I don't know, probably not enough for me to buy her. And I said we would look at the original one, which one is better. So rather than pink, she's got white and blue. Yeah. Honestly, I think the pink one looks a little bit better on her. A little bit more contrast. The blue does go well with her eyes, though. But yeah, I think the pink one is better. Just first impressions. So the next one that Chakro is asking about is Kishat Arc. God damn it! Why? How can I always butcher these names? Kishat Arc Acerola Orion Heart Underblade. Shinobu, yeah. It's the adult version of her, Kishat from Kizumonogatari. 1A scale by Good Smile. Came out in January 14th of 2016. MSRP was 10,926 yen. Average rating 9.46, rated 200 or 324 times. So yeah, people like this figure. Lots of tens. Yeah. Personally, though, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but that's probably just because I'm not familiar enough with adult Shinobu. Uh, I love Bakemonogatari, but after that, the shows it just kept. I don't know. The story didn't do it for me anymore, and I watched the next one, but then like Wademonogatari, I haven't even watched that one yet. So yeah, that's probably the main thing about this figure, that it's not even about the figure. Um, so yeah, I have read it's kind of a pain to get her all assembled too. She's like in a bit inside her base, which like she's raising up from some goo or something. Got a nice long sword, and of course the big boobs. I mean, I suppose the face looks like her, and it does have the pointy hair and everything. Yeah, it's not a bad looking figure really, but looks to be kind of a lack of shading in the hair area. But the paint looks clean and everything. The sword looks good. I think you don't need to like have this part of the base on there, like the clear plastic part. Could be wrong. And she's got some underwear. And let's see how she actually turned out. And it rose. I wish it MFC would remember the selection here, the 8 rows. I hate always having to select that. And we'll click that one. And we'll click that one. Yeah, lots of pictures, lots of people bought her, lots of people rated her as 10. So it's probably, I'm sure it's a good figure. But like I said, it just didn't appeal to me completely. And I decided not to buy it for that reason, because why buy something that doesn't appeal to you? But yeah, she looks like she turned out pretty good. The hair actually does look like it has a little bit more shading than the prototype made it look like. So yeah, that's that one. The next one is Suzuki Kanaday from Mayochiki. 1A scale by Freeing. Came out May 13th of 2013, double 13. And MSRP was 8,381 yen. So I'm kind of sad that more figures from Mayochiki weren't made, because I really loved the show, and the characters were pretty awesome. Some good designs on them too, but the figures haven't really been the greatest, as is indicated by an average 8.0 rating out of 10 times. I mean, 3 10s, but fairly low ratings. Let's see. So the face is kind of, yeah, it doesn't look very good, the face. She's got nice boobs, showing off her booty a little bit. And the outfit does look like her outfit. There she is down there. This was Usami. There it is. And there's a Shinobu, I think. Subaru. But yeah, Suzuki Kanaday. The face, yeah, the face really is derpy and does not look like her face. So that's, nail in the coffin right there. Wow, these promo pictures suck. But yeah, I mean, they fit together, but even her face is derpy. So this whole line looks like has derpy faces. And she's pointing at her chin. First, I thought it was her middle finger, but that's her middle finger right there, pointing at her clavicle. And of course, gotta have the sex appeal, so, her boobs are kind of falling out. But yeah, not a figure for me. So the next one that Chakro is asking about, I think, yeah, the last one, is Kokuten no Miko Tamayoro Yorihime. So, from Rick Ross. This is manufactured by Amakuni, Hobby Japan. It's a 1-1 scale, but only 7 inches tall. She is supposed to come out this month. Haven't heard anything about that, so let's see if anyone's gotten any requests. They're kind of starting to talk about delays. So yeah, this one I did actually seriously consider buying. It really caught my eye, and it's how often can you say you own a 1-1 scale figure? Basically, it's a little tiny. She's like a, if you don't know what Rick Ross is, basically it's girls doing a little card battle, and the characters on the cards come to life and stuff, but they're real tiny. So yeah, it is a 1-to-1 scale. Yeah, she is very eye-catching. I like the dark look of her. She's got like wings on her feet, some wings on her hair, which are different colors, pink and purple and red. Nice twin tails, nice red eyes, and a nice gray and black and gold top. Not a giant chest, which is not always a bad thing. I think it looks nice on her. Oops. That's another thing I hate, is when the first two pictures are the exact same. So a little bit closer view. She has a very giant earring compared to her head. Some nice shading effects going on in the hair. And the detached sleeves, which are pointless. Nice, like, tattoos on her. Nice belly button. And a pretty nice booty on her. Yeah, like I said, this one really caught my eye, and I did really consider buying her. Probably the reason I didn't was at the time there were other ones that I wanted, and you have to kind of manage your money a little bit. But maybe if I see her in the aftermarket for a good price, I doubt I will see her in the aftermarket for a good price. Maybe I'll pick her up then. But yeah, very, very nice looking figure. I'll probably regret not buying her, but I mean, it is what it is. That's kind of a nice shot of her, like the where her hip and belly join together. Yeah, that's a nice angle to look at her from too. So yes, definitely a very nice looking figure. There is her artwork and the card, what she's based off of. Yeah, Betotor. So yeah, I like this one. If things had worked out differently, I probably would have bought her. So if you like her and you have her on pre-order, because I'm pretty sure pre-orders are closed with it being an exclusive, there's a limited edition that has a B2 mini multi-cloth. And they both come with a card. So yeah, looks good enough. So yeah, I think anyone that buys her will be happy with her. Ooh, love this picture too. I have some good wallpapers. So that was Chalk Crow's requests, suggestions, whatever. Next we have Rice Strike, who has 3. There's that one, and that one. Tab B. So the first one Rice Strike is asking about is Chia from Urara Meiichiro. I just watched the last episode today. So Chia is fresh in my mind. I think I talked about her in the One Fest special. She wasn't painted yet. She's by Stronger and is supposed to come out in December of this year. MSRP is 11,852 yen. And I am sorry, but this is not Chia. It just doesn't look like her. I mean, it's the same outfit, but the face is completely off. And her hair, yeah, she has long hair, but it does not look like her at all in the face and head and hair region. And she doesn't even have her, hair dog ears. So yeah, definitely not gonna get this figure. I love Chia, so I'm very disappointed in this figure. Maybe it resembles more the like original artwork. I don't know if there is original artwork other than the anime. But yeah. And it doesn't even look like you can expose her belly. So why? Why would you get a Chia that you can't expose her belly because she's sorry and she has to expose her belly to apologize? And she has sandals which don't look like sandals at all. And they're tied to this end of the stick. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed in this figure. So definitely not gonna get that. So this is another repeat, and this is a figure that I bought within 2 minutes of it being put up on AmiAmi. So yes, it is Jibril from No Game No Life. 1/7 scale by Fat Company, supposed to come out in June of 2017, and MSRP was 16,800 yen. Pretty sure she was cheaper than that on AmiAmi. And I love Jibril. And when I was watching No Game No Life, I said if they ever make a figure of her, I would buy it. And they made a figure of her, and I bought it. So yeah. There's one thing though, I really wish they would not have included Shiro. I don't like this chibi Shiro. I don't like how it looks. And It's kind of annoying how almost every No Game No Life figure has to have Shiro in some way, shape, or form. I'm just glad that they finally branched out and made a Jibril. But yeah, her face looks amazing. That was one concern, especially when she was, just the gray prototype, and then when they first were releasing pictures of her painted, the face did look a little off because she's got her derpy face on, and look the angle that she's looking at. Her hair looks very beautiful. It's all over the place. The multicolor. Her wings look pretty good. The halo, we'll see how that actually turns out in the real thing. It's going to be a tricky thing to pull off good. And then she's got her tattoos and her boot and another boot on her other stocking, which does not fit the original artwork that I know of. The foot there, the foot with the long thigh high stocking on is supposed to be like barefoot, or the boot is built into the stocking. So that's a little thing you can overlook, though. So yeah, like I said, she kind of has her derpy look on her face, like, oh, unknowns. But yeah, nice boobs on her and everything. And yeah, it looks just like Jibril. And I love it. And her boob is resting on her arm and is all squished up, which has some wrinkles in her top and looks pretty cool. And in this one, instead of a book, she's holding a skull, which has a bow on it. Not the biggest fan of the skull, but it's from, she's a god-killing weapon, so she's, can hold a skull if she wants to. And she has the evil, bloody face from when she was, in the war, and a black halo. So it's nice that you get the option of displaying her derpy or, evil. And she's sticking her tongue out a little bit, kind of licking the blood off of her face. Looks like she might even have a little fang. Yeah, that does look like a fang. And of course, Sharo and the stack of books. Don't ask for me to give you the Shiro though, because I will display her. I don't like giving away pieces of my figures. But yeah, Sharo just looks derpy and not. Like I said, I kind of wish they wouldn't have included her. She is supposed to match the other chibi set, the set that came with the fat Shiro figure with Izuna, Sora, Jibril, and Stephanie. So you can have the whole chibi set if you buy both figures, at least. It's a marketing ploy. The wings are just, stabbed into her butt. So I kind of wish it would be blended a little bit better and actually look like it's part of her body, but it is what it is, and you won't be looking at her wings. You'll be looking at her booty and her boobs and her amazing hair and all the detail in the wings, too. Shiny underwear. And like I said, the hair is just going all over. Her dress is going all over and is transparent. Yeah, I love me some Jibril. I have a Jibril wall scroll too. And nice belly button going on there. Nice overall belly. Yeah. There's another view of her in like a darker scene. Yes. So yeah, in case you can't tell, I am very happy I bought this figure, and I hope and I pray that she won't be delayed, but I'm going to almost guarantee she will be because it's Fat Company. So yes, Jibril is awesome. The other one that Rice Strike is asking about is Hiro no Dai Okami Sith from Dark Souls, a 1/4 scale by First 4 Figures. It is a Polystone figure, supposed to come out this year, Don't know. Oh, the price? $550. Available quarter 2 2017. Limited to 1,100 pieces. So, the dimensions are basically 25 inches tall. So that's going to be, about a little over 2 feet. And since this is 1/4, if this was a 1-to-1 scale, it would be a little over 8 feet tall. And I mean, damn, that's a big giant wolf. But yeah, wolves are pretty awesome. This one, it looks like its neck and hackles are too big for its body. That's just my opinion. And I'm kind of basing it off of, like gray wolves, not, maybe dire wolves or whatever this is supposed to be. Looks to have a lot of detail on it and lots of coloring and shading, and it has a giant sword in its mouth. And the base is giant as well. You're going to have a heck of a time finding a good place to display this in. Surprisingly, maybe it's because it's polystone, but the fur details actually doesn't look very... I mean, how do I say this? It looks like there could have been more details put into it. It's kind of rough looking. I mean, maybe it's like matted fur or something, so maybe it makes more sense. And then it's got some inscriptions on the base in some language I cannot read, probably from the Dark Souls universe. Very, powerful looking muscles on its nose and snout. And piercing yellow eyes. Yeah, definitely would not want to get into a fight with this giant wolf. It would eat you in 5 seconds. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's not for me, of course. But like I said, wolves are pretty awesome, and this one looks to be a decent enough one. It's very expensive and very big, so it's definitely an investment. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beverage cans tall. So yeah, very big. And I'm sure it's going to be very heavy too, with it being polystone. So yeah, it looks cool. Lots of details in the base, like the moss and stuff, and the little plants growing and everything. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Not for me, but if you're getting this, I think you'll be happy with it. Okay, so that was Rice Strike. So now we have I'm a life form known as Manuel. Yeah, it's 3. So when I was talking about Jibril, I mentioned the Shiro figure. This is the Shiro figure from No Game No Life by Fat Company. Came out in May 18th of 2016. MSRP was 15,800 yen. And yeah, it's the Shiro figure. So this promo picture is not accurate to real life as far as I know. She's actually in the promo picture. You can actually see her face. In the actual product, the globe is very much higher and covers most of her face most of the time, at least from the pictures that I've seen. I did consider buying this one just for Jibril. Gotta love me some Jibril. But then they announced the actual Jibril figure, and I'm like, yes! And forgot about this one. Izuna looks kind of cool too, and so does Stephanie. I know it's the gimmick and everything, Stephanie being ignored and everything, but I do wish that they would put her with the rest of them a little bit more and not just cast off to the side like that. I know it's the joke and it's the gimmick and everything. And then there's a throne back there. Hair looks, like Jibril's, all the multicolor and everything. Pose is a little bit weird. doesn't really make much sense how she's posed like that. And the checkerboard base looks to be wood, but I'm sure it's plastic. Yep, there's the Jibril. Yes, Jibril. She's all happy and drooling over the tablet, and she's got a little tongue going on in there. Little wings, multicolored hair. Yeah. And Sora and Izuna. And there's the throne with the cell phones. Little very, 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 very tiny cell phones. Yeah, if you buy this, you have to be very careful not to lose them. And there's Stephanie. She looks pretty dang cute. Of course, I'm like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Shiro though, so it's definitely not a figure for me. Face is kind of pudgy and everything. I mean, it does look like her, a little bit more exaggerated, but like I said, it does look like her. And there's Sora and Izuna. So yeah, it looks nice enough, and I believe it looks better than the Kotobuki one. But yeah, it just didn't do it for me, and not buying her, not interested in her. Only was interested in the little Jibril chibi. Let's see, did she actually turn out good? There's that one. Yeah, this was a good illustration of what I was talking about. You definitely would want to put her on a lower shelf, just so that you can see her face a little bit better. And that's enough. So, hair looks maybe a little rough right at the top, but not bad. Definitely looks better than the Kotobuki one, which had some issues up there. And very pastel looking. Could just be the lighting on this figure. Or this picture, I should say. And you can kind of see what I was talking about, how the globe covers her face if you're looking at her straight on. So like I said, you probably want to put her lower in your shelf so that you can actually see her face. And I'm glad that they got all the chibis on the base. And she has her Shimapan on. 11-year-old Shimapan. So Manuel is also asking about Asuna from Sword Art Online. This is the Knights of the Blood version by Good Smile. Came out July 10th of 2014. MSRP was 9,333 yen. And yeah, this is a very nice looking Asuna figure. And I considered her. I eventually wound up choosing the Kotobuki one, mainly because this one was still pre-order at the time. And yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. Looks like Asuna. Hair is maybe a little bit dark. That's a very difficult thing to get right on Asuna, is the hair color. But this looks pretty good. And she is in a very battle action pose. This side view looks pretty good. Yeah, the face looks really good on her. She's not smiling or anything. She's got, her battle expression on. She's going to kick some ass. Skirt looks good. Her stockings look great. Yeah, she looks very good. And like I said, I really considered her, but at the time she wasn't out yet. And I think she got delayed a few times. Like, don't quote me on that. The base kind of doesn't make much sense. I don't know what it's supposed to represent, but it doesn't really fit with Asuna, I don't think. But it's a nice contrast between the white and red and the blue. So yeah, I think she looks good, and if you have her or you're interested in her, go ahead and get her for sure. Yeah. And Manuel is also asking about Juvia Lockser from Fairy Tale. This is the 1/8 swimsuit edition by X Plus. She came out uh, June 30th of 2016. MSRP was 6,800 yen, which is very low. It's very cheap, which is a good thing. So this one was limited to 500 pieces. So I'm guessing she probably is going to be expensive in the aftermarket because of that. Could be wrong. Could be right. Don't know. So, yes, it does look like Juvia, even though Juvia doesn't wear bikinis very often in Fairy Tale. But yeah, that is her face, and she's got the Fairy Tale emblem. And it's a pretty nice bikini, even though the straps kind of look like they should be more tight and, not laying on her chest. So yeah, she looks pretty good. She's pulling on her string. She's got blue nails, and I'm guessing that's the base. Fairy Tale, Juvia Lockser, no gray, no life. In case you didn't know, she is in love with Gray. Let's see how she actually turned out. If this is the one that I'm thinking about, okay, I don't think this is that one. There is one where she basically looked like she had a sunburn. I think that's the variant of this one, the original one. I guess this is the alternate version. Yeah, the original one, she looks like she has a very bad sunburn. They improved that on this alternate version, the limited edition. No gray, no life. Between the two, I would pick the limited edition. I think it looks better. But I'm probably not going to even look for this one because while it does look like Juvia, it's just not fitting for her, I don't think. And a little bit, not the cleanest line right there. Yeah, it looks good, but like I said, not for me. So that was, I'm a life form known as Manuel. So now we have me. So I am asking about Tamamo. Gotta love me some Tamamo no Mai. This is the Lancer version of her, and she just got painted the other day. And god damn it, I want to give Kotobuki my money now. I love me some Tamamo. She is 1/7 scale, supposed to come out this year, so I'm very excited for her. Very tall at 14.82 inches, but that's because of her umbrella, which I believe you don't have to have. But let's look at some Tamamo pictures because Tamamo is awesome. I will buy this. So, as I'm finding is fairly common with Tamamo, her hair kind of seems to lack some shading, unfortunately, but her face looks exactly like her. Um, a lot. The big complaint right now after they painted her is her shirt. It's supposed to be like a wet t-shirt, but it kind of looks like jelly. So the shirt doesn't look the greatest. But I believe you can actually remove it as well. And I'm actually hoping they include the non-wet, just the white shirt too, because I think that would look even better. She's got her Tamamo scarf on, and of course her giant umbrella, which makes her Lancer. And she has her swim ring on her tail and a nice straw hat, very detailed, and giant ears. Yes. Oops. And she has her sandals on with little starfish. Woohoo. And there's Tamamo from another angle so you can see her fluffy tail. It's not as fluffy as her plainclothes version, though. Very fluffy ears. Oh, yes, Tamamo. Gotta love her. Here's one with different lighting or camera settings, more saturated looking. So yeah, the wet t-shirt shirt, I agree, it doesn't look the greatest. But like I said, I think you can remove it and show off her body. Oh yes. Tamamo, Tamamo. Like I said, I want to give Kotobuki my money. Luckily, I don't think she's going to be like Max Factory or Fat Company. I do believe that she will be up for order soon, and I believe she will have a pretty quick production cycle, and Kotobukiya doesn't delay, so I'm excited. Yes, Tamamo. So, now I have a question for you. There's that one and that one. So, I want to buy a Leviathan figure, and there's two. There is the original one. So you've got the giant base. She would fit with my Satan and Asmodeus and the Lucifer that's coming this month. But yeah, I really liked her, and I like her how her body actually looks more normal human, and her chest isn't giant. Wish she was wearing a little bit more than a band-aid under there, but I mean that is what it is. And I considered her long ago, and now that I'm starting to buy the Sins, I really want to buy Leviathan. But I do know her shirt on the original one is a pain in the ass to get back on, and most people it never actually attaches properly. Uh, so there's that one. But then there is this one, which is just put up for pre-order last week. It's just coming out to celebrate the anime that's supposed to come out next season. Um, and the base is a little bit different. Coloring is a little bit different. Don't know if the shirt issue has been fixed or not. So I'm debating between this one and the original one. And I kind of wanted to get your guys' opinion. Which one do you like better? So this is the new version of her. And the new version of Lucifer. If I do get the new version, I would get the one with this light up base because I really like the way it looks. This is the limited edition one, and I believe you have to have a micro USB power source. But if you've got like an Android phone, you've got that. I'm not the biggest fan of the base on this new one. How it like is flattened and sticking out in the front. But yes, still cast off. But yeah, so that's the new one. And this is the original one. Like I said, I want to get a Leviathan. I just don't know which one I want. There is also an alternate color version of her where she's wearing like pink shirt. And I'm more interested in this one. And I do not like dang it. I do not like the hot pants version of her. She's got her tits out, not censored. But yeah, well, we'll see how I handle this. It'll either be adult video or it'll be censored. But yeah, which one do you like better, the original or the new one? Let me know. So, to close this off, and we've gone an hour, so we'll go a little over. Let's have a little bit of story time. So, Manuel did ask a couple questions. He asked what my favorite figure is that I'm guessing that he means that I own. So, the favorite figure that I own, I've mentioned this before, and I actually have two of her, is the plainclothes version of Castor. I adore this figure. I love this figure. I bought two of it. She is amazing and awesome and beautiful. And yes, I just love this figure. And if we look, we'll go there and we'll go 8 rows and we'll go, whoops. I've got lots of pictures up here of her. There was one I kind of wanted to show off because I really liked it. Yeah, we'll look at this one. Like I said, I really love her, and every picture that I've taken of her turns out wonderfully. So I love this figure. This is my favorite figure. So he also asked what my least favorite figure is, and that would be Ami, which is really painful to say because Ami was best girl in Toradora, and I loved her. I mean, yeah. But this was my very first figure that I bought at a convention before I knew anything about collecting figures, and it just isn't that good of a figure. It's by Cospa and part of the Resnia line. Came out in 2008, and MSRP was 6,648 yen at the time. Like I said, I bought her at a convention, and I know I way overpaid for her. Yeah, she's like her legs are very sharply angled and everything, and the top doesn't have the same coloring throughout. The hair is very boring and everything. The face is a derpy face. Unfortunately, I just don't like this figure that much anymore. Um, the but I'm not going to get rid of it because I bought her at my first convention, and it was for the memories. So finally, the main part of this story time is what got me into figure collecting. And quite simply, I did not bookmark it. So it was not Ami. Uh, but anyways, I've been a fan of like animation type stuff, cartoons all my life. And I'm sure when I was younger I watched anime but didn't know it was anime. But yeah, eventually I found anime and I fell in love with it and I watched a shit ton of it. um, and then I got to be like a admin on a couple of forums, the fatestaynight.org forums and codegeass.net, both of which are long gone. But yeah, I met a couple people there that I became kind of friends with, and one of them eventually invited me to go to New York Comic Con / Anime Festival. And I went, and that's where I bought Ami, my very first figure. And then later that year, I bought Jubei, and then I thought I was done. Quite a few years passed, and then I was browsing the internet, and I was at this one site that I go to. I'm not going to link it or even say its name because they have a habit of putting hardcore porn as the advertisements on the side. So yeah, there's that. But it does have a lot of information about animes and figures and stuff, and a nice like uh, image board as well. And one day I was on there, and I saw a picture of Purple Heart. She is what got me into figure collecting. And she is what got me into making YouTube videos as well, because I wanted to make a YouTube video of her. So I started making videos and tried to improve and everything. But Purple Heart is what got me into figure collecting. I saw that picture of her. I had been wanting something for Purple Heart for a long time because I love Purple Heart. and this was the figure. This is what I wanted. But I saw the price and I was freaked out. And then people directed me to start looking at, the Japanese sites like Ami Ami and Big in Japan. And the price was much better there. So I went ahead and I pre ordered her. That was in February, and she didn't come out until July. And in the time between February and July, I had been bitten by the figure collecting bug, and I had bought 5 figures by the time she came out. So yeah, Purple Heart, she is the reason I got into figure collecting. She flipped my switch, and I just haven't been able to turn it back off. It's like hardwired now. But yeah. Anyways, that has been episode 10 of Let's Browse. I hope you guys enjoyed. Uh, Thanks for all the suggestions really quick after the last one. Leave me some more. Hopefully I didn't screw myself by doing a, middle of the week one for you. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed. I'm out. Bye bye.